Good morning, guys. Right now, I'm in Zibo. About 2,000 years ago, there was a capital of Qi Kingdom, and there are still many relics, tombs, and other historical sites from Qi here. So I'm going to visit them today.
Now I'm going to visit the ruins of Qin Kingdom, and it's about 30 kilometers. And the Meituan app shows the ruins of Qin Kingdom have not opened for public. So I don't know if I can enter in these ruins and take a visit. The map leading me to a small village, and I don't know, maybe the ruins in this village in some place. And now I'm going to the city wall ruins of Qin Kingdom. I don't know where is this. We can see the village house in Shandong province. The wall is very tall and you cannot see how does it look like completely. "200 meters left." Those were the site. This place was built in 1983, so it's already 40 years. And people said this place have not opened for public so far. And this is the information about the ruins of Qi Kingdom. And this is a map of Qi Kingdom more than 2,000 years ago. And then there is a river around the city. 这里叫做齐国故城的大城，然后这里是小城。These people said because of they need protect of the ruins, and this progress is still under construction, and the date is 2022. This is a city wall 2,000 years ago.
What you're looking at is the 2,500-year-old ruin of the capital city of the Qi Kingdom, and I'm standing at a very special place. The border between its two cities, the ancient Qi capital, was actually two cities in one, the large city where the common people lived, and right next to it the small city, the exclusive domain of the royal family and the nobility. And the wall that separated them was immense. Even today, after 2 millennia of wind and rain, this broken section still stands over 6 meters tall. It was built layer by layer, using a technique called rammed earth. They would pound the soil, layer upon layer, until it became as hard as concrete. You can still see the layers today, like rings on a giant ancient tree. In the museum, I found something shining. A bronze mirror from 2,000 years ago. Back then, glass didn't exist. People polished bronze until it reflected their face. But mirrors were more than tools. They were believed to reflect the heart. That's why you often find them in tombs, to light the way for the dead and keep away evil spirits. This is a dog sacrificial pit. The tomb owner must have loved hunting dogs very much during his lifetime. So after his death, these hounds that accompanied him were also brought into the tomb. This is the crossbow trigger mechanism used by the ancient Qi state. Its effective range was usually between 150 meters and 300 meters, and it could penetrate iron armor, having much greater lethality and a longer range than bows and arrows. Here are ancient bronze swords, coins, and some utensils. They were originally a shining copper color, but after being buried underground for a long time, they have developed copper rust and turned into the green color we see now. 2,000 years ago, in the ancient land of Qi, a nobleman didn't just want peace after death. He wanted power, honor, and life itself to continue underground. What you're seeing here isn't from Xi'an's Terracotta army. These clay warriors were found in Linzi, the capital of Qi, and they formed part of a nobleman's afterlife world. In ancient China, people believed death was not an end, it was a continuation of life below the ground. So they built an entire world with clay. Soldiers, horses, carriages, even houses and barns. Everything the noble once owned in real life. These clay figures replaced real servants, once buried alive in early times. It was a turning point, from cruelty to civilization, from blood and sacrifice to art and memory. The Lindsay formation you see here, hundreds of armored soldiers, chariots, and horses, represent the noble's military power, while the clay towers and barns show his wealth and estates. Together, they prove who he was, even in death. Silent for 2 millennia, they still stand today, not just as relics of the past, but as a mirror of how humans have always tried to hold onto life, even in the face of death. These rusty iron pieces might not look like much now, but they were once the armor of Qi soldiers more than 2,000 years ago. Each small plate was made of iron, carefully connected with leather cords and linen. It's one of the earliest forms of metal armor in ancient China. This was a wine vessel used by the nobles of ancient Qi state to worship their ancestors. They would pour wine into its belly through the lid on its back, then pour the wine onto the altar from its mouth to honor their forefathers. This is a reconstruction of Qi's capital 2,500 years ago. On the right, you can see the bustling residential area of ordinary citizens, and on the left, the smaller district where the palace and the nobility resided.
If you like this video, please subscribe and give it a like. I'll see you in next video.